when people say, what's your self-image? How do you think about yourself? You know, when you're thinking about your personality on the inside, who do you still think you are? And I have a picture of myself at 14 years old at my sister's wedding, standing against a pillar with my glasses on my nose, reading.
I have vivid memories of my father making weekly or fortnightly trips to the library, and he would bring home a stack of library books, and they would sit on the coffee table beside his chair, and over the course of the week they would move from one side to the other side as he read them.
When we would play softball, I would be sent out to the far back outfield, whichever one is where the ball never goes, and I was told, don't try to catch the ball, we'll get it. And so I would go out in the outfield with my book, and I would sit down and wait for like the turn to come for me to go back, strike out, and sit down again and read the book.
Asking why is a book important is sort of like asking why is a fork important or something. Like, there are other ways to put food in your mouth. That's just a really good one. I like to be able to hold the thing. I like to look at how much is left and how much has, you know, this thickness as opposed to that thickness. I like meeting the book by its cover. I like the chronologicalness of a book, that the first page comes first and you can flip to the end, but that's the end. Turning the page and carrying it from room to room. That container of a book that I could pour my imagination and attention into and have privacy and escape, but also be with the characters or the writer or my other imagined co-readers out there in bookland. When you're inside a book, you're inside that book. You're not inside 50 million other books, except in your head. That the hyperlinks are all hot in your head. You could just put the whole thing online and it would be so much easier. I don't think I even have a good argument why we shouldn't, any more than I have a good argument for why there's an heirloom tomato. It's like one of the ritual objects of my cult. The places that practice, like presses, print culture that puts discourse, fact, history, knowledge, question into the world, trying not to be romantic about it, but all the more, I kind of want to say heroic, because they keep making these things that for these some really profound and some really superficial reasons our culture keeps proposing maybe are obsolete. And the presses keep on being like, well, yeah, maybe they are. Here's another one. Walt Whitman says, I thought long and seriously of you before you were born. And I always feel like, thanks, you know? I really appreciate that.